What's up? What's up? How's it going, guys? It's another episode of For the Boys podcast. Just another platform for us men out there to share that space, have that talanoa. Myself and Terry, we see value in this space. Hence why we, 8 o'clock every night, we're in here to talanoa. Big thank you to those that viewing. For those, the past guests that we had, massive value in gems that they've dropped. So we look forward to this one today. As we always say, we are not professionals. That's the disclaimer. But we are professionals. So we know which hat to put on when we need to. I'm Wills.
And I'm Teza. Whether you're tuning in from three of our streaming platforms, which is Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Come through if you have any questions for us, if you have something you want to discuss, or better yet, jump on our show tonight. And with our show tonight, it's just off the cuff. We've got maybe a couple of topics we want to discuss during this time because, I think it's weighing heavy on our minds as well, and we wanted to kind of talk about this a while back, but life gets a bit busy. So thank you. So go through the chat. Message in the chat, and let's tell a no tonight. Urs, how you been, brother?
Yeah, good, bro. Good. Just obviously heading into the end of the week. I've started my reset. So that's take a couple of days off work, just chill with the family, plan out some stuff, and then that's a good segue to the weekend as well. Yourself, Us?
Same kind of thing with work and shift work itself. Our weekends sometimes during the week, so and our weekends we're actually working, so and with shift work itself, doing it for a while, it's become normal, but you kind of miss out on when you go through social media, you see everyone living their best lives through the weekend, like Friday night, Saturday, or just the weekend just to unwind. And here I am starting my working week on the Friday, so we kind of feel normal when our RDOs or our rostered days off match up with the weekend. But in saying that, like I said, we've been doing it for a while. And we've got the also joining in. Welcome back.
What's up, Uso?
What's
What up,
going
brothers?
on?
Hey,
Sabos.
Sabos.
Sorry, boys. I just had a guest at home who just left, so I made it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, was there a memo, Terry?
What was it?
Oh,
Take it off, Wills. I'm sure you got you on the
Take your hoodie off, Will. Sorry, we
Oh.
didn't know Terry didn't send the email out.
missed the memo.
No, we're just on the topic of how our week has been. Wills.
Yeah. Did you guys share already, or?
No, we were just in the moments, but
No.
I was just saying how shift work was, how it how it matches up with. Oh well, it doesn't match up with weekends, so you're kind of you're seeing everything on social media about people enjoying their Friday, Saturday, Sundays. We're kind of just starting our week off Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
It's like no such thing for us for shift workers, eh?
Yeah, hard.
No such a thing as a weekend, and it's like, I mean, the only upside is having a day off when everyone's kind of like at work, so you're like,
Yeah,
you get the mall to yourself and all that, but then even then you're by yourself.
I'm feeling lonely.
So it's like, oh, okay. So yeah, shift work's
That's it.
hasn't been the best, but it's you got to be grateful for the opportunities when you get like a decent paying job or whatever job you get. But it is shift work, so you just got to be grateful for whatever you get. I think at the end of the day, to be honest, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Mind you, I've been doing this since I moved back. Shift work, and it's just it becomes normal, to people who do shift work, but then it's like it's still not normal at the same time, So it's like, I guess you learn how to adapt, and then that's it.
Maxi Bruce.
Shout out to
I'm rocking the old Walker. I got the old Walker jersey on, Kemba.
Shout out to Dino making the so late. That shisha must be good, eh? You get stuck when you rock up to Muffy's house and you see the chef going to work on the on the flavors.
I think next time I'm gonna relax and just let everyone else do everything. Get carried away, eh? But it's good. It's a chill. It's a chill.
Oh,
it's a time out. It's a reset. We talk about it all the time. It's time to just have a little chat. I don't know, in America they call it shooting the breeze. I think they call that. But nonetheless, it's still a good time, and it's still mentally it's still good to just speak to your boys sometimes, or if you're always at home with your missus, and
they change up, eh?
Change up, because there's those times where you're always locked up at home or can't really go out. So every now and then it's good to have the boys around, just have a chat, have a giggle, have a reminisce, because that's all we're good at. Can't play sports no more. The body's old and injured.
The mind's there, but the body doesn't want to listen, eh?
Nah, man. The body's too precious to injure any longer,
Rubber Ducky Dan, we're from NZ, brother, New Zealand. Where you from, bro? I don't know if many people if you're tuning in from overseas, it's probably not many people know about New Zealand, but thank you for tuning in. But like you said there, reset, eh? It's we always kind of throw it out there because it's important for people to take that they step back away from life, they step back away from just from life in general, because having a break and a reset itself, it could be different to many. Like for example, my reset, I've spoken about this, and I think with my reset I'm learning to do other kind of how would you say, I'm stepping away from a lot of other things I do too, like not only just spending time with family, but just been chatting with my actual like brothers and that, like because they live elsewhere and it's hard to get to them, or vice versa, getting on the phone and just catching up with them and seeing how their kids have grown, and because all we see is photos. How about yourself, Wills?
Brian, I speak about this heaps. Is I'm still trying to find that reset button. So I think for this week, it's been the last couple of weeks has been pretty full on at work. So when I start catching myself getting annoyed at the littlest things, if it's an email or someone saying something, I'm not the guy that's throwing a comeback or anything. I'm wanting to throw some hands. That's when yo,
calm down, Will. Calm down.
You better relax yourself, because I'm usually the one like cracking the jokes, and all of a sudden I'm the serious guy. So taking a few days off and actually planning things to do, turn the work phone off, have like at least, so I've got 4 days off this week, so that's going to be my reset for the week. Are you, Muffy?
Nice. What was it?
Your week?
My week? My week's been good. Just chilling, really. Yeah.
Mm.
Been doing a lot of it lately. Terry knows. No, yeah, it's been good. Just keeping out of trouble and I don't know. I've been on. I'll be honest. I've been on the hunt for like possibly starting up a business of some sort. I've had a couple of sit downs with some of the boys and my real close boys, and just discussing a few things. Ideas really, because that's what they are. That's how they start. So it's just been a bit of a brainstorm the last couple of probably last 2 weeks. But yeah, just something that I mean, even me, Swanky, and Terry have spoken to before, and I think the thing that I've always mentioned to the boys was, "Fuck, we need to make money in our sleep." Like, and I shit you not, Terry, I still live by that shit, bro. I'm still trying to fucking find that thing, man. It's somewhere there. Most of us poly people don't believe in that, but man, when you watch the news and everyone else is just they live in the mansions, man, because they can, because they did it,
Yeah.
And who's to say we can't do it, eh? So I don't know. It's been a bit of time just hunting, thinking, talking, just been on that buzz lately, eh? To be honest, I mean, money's not everything, but fuck, imagine if we could come up with something that did our people proud, eh? To be honest, and did well for yourself at the same time. So, it's every little win is still a good thing, but to crack it, eh? To crack it and just just to make it, I guess, because you can make good money, but then you could make heaps of money. Who knows? That's you can never be, it's not about being greedy or anything like that. It's just about, who knows what your potential could be when you put your foot in the right place. So yeah, I just been on that buzz lately, boys. But apart from that, man, I'm good. I'm still the same.
Yeah. Shout out to Robert Ducky. He's from Kansas City in the States.
Hey.
Wow.
Shout
Thank
out
you for
to
tuning
Kansas
in,
City
man.
in the house.
Let's go. And then
Long way away.
got Black Hammer there. What's up, brothers? Hope everyone
What's up, Chris?
had a good day today. Keep it nice. Shot, bro. Thank you for your comments, chat. It's it means a lot when people do actually comment when they tuning in. It makes us feel a bit on a high. So, but again, just touching on how the week's been. I just spoke to Wills just before, and I lost a good friend from school this week. 30, really young. Damn. Yeah, he passed away, I think, earlier this week. And also lost a family member. So 2 people within the week. And condolences to the family if they are tuning in or listening at a later stage. I don't want to mention names, but I just want to touch on how this COVID situation has kind of limited everyone's chance of visiting or saying like your normal goodbyes, and just basically touching the body, your respects. So flip, and in New Zealand, because obviously we've got a brother or sister tuning in from the States. We're in Auckland and level, is it 3? Phase 3, phase 2.
Yeah.
So, which means that it's limited numbers at funerals, services, and I think it's only 25 max at the burial. And as for a Pacific Island family, 25 is probably just the brothers and sisters, let alone the actual family that want to say their goodbyes. But we managed to get in and visit one of the family members. But the hard thing, I guess, for the family is that the body is not allowed to be taken out of the funeral homes in Auckland. So it stays there from the funeral home. It goes to the burial site. So that's in some sense it's shit for the family. Although they can visit the body at the funeral home, but you know, it's not a nice sight. It's not nice for, bro. I'm only talking about myself. If let's say I lost someone, a sibling, you know, fuck that, having to visit them every day at the funeral home. Oh, over to you, Wills. Taking up this whole show.
No. So yeah, so I lost my grandma a few weeks ago, about a month ago now. So this whole COVID thing, bro, it took a toll, man. It took a toll, like mentally, physically. Bro, there was heaps of things that were like that I had to take into account, and I probably didn't have any conversations with my cousins and stuff about that. So, you know, obviously, you know, when some passes that close, you know, all the family rounds up, they all start doing the CEs and whatnot. And I had cousins like messaging like, oh, you know, you're gonna come over and see grandma, you come see granddad and see the family. And I was like, bro, I was torn, man. Like I'm like, oh, you know, you're only allowed. There's only allowed to be 10 people, and then at the same time, I'm like fuck that. That's my grandma. And then the other side is, oh, how about if somebody has something and then you bring it home, and then that affects, you know, my family at home. And I had all of the stuff running through my head for that whole week. But bro, eventually I was just like, fuck it. You know, like if there's anything, I have to go and show face to my family. You know, there's my cousins and everybody in their families that have been there for like the whole week, like 24 hours. Like I have to go show my respects in terms. So I obviously broke my bubble, went there, saw my granddad, and then obviously went home. But all of that stuff, even till this day, bro, it's still this COVID thing stuffed me up. You know, watching your grandma's funeral online, like, and only 10 people, but there's like 13, 14 siblings. It's like, yeah, but just going off what you were saying, Terry, it's damn crazy. Still.
I've got my cousin's wedding on Saturday, and she's been through some crazy shit because she was looking at 10 people at her wedding. You know, she's always had the this month for her wedding planned and all that, and it went from a normal full-size Island Samoan wedding, which was, you know, half of Auckland, and then went down to 10 people, and at the very last minute, 25 people. And it's just the fix for this bloody thing, you know? And that's not, you know, she's got, 4 people per side? That's 8 in the line. That's almost half her wedding, you know, which is, it's just the effects of this thing, It's just crazy. I'm probably down as like a worker, I think, obviously, because I got to go and DJ for them. But yeah, it's just, I could imagine, you know, the shit you go through, the stress you put under, you know, all the reworking of everything and your programs and all that. So, I mean, it is the new norm, but fuck, it's hard getting used to, I mean, what Will's went through, that's hard, bro. That's bro, you can't even swap out. Like, you know, you go first, then, you know, I'll come in and take your place, that type of thing, you know. So, yeah, no, I'm yet to see what it's like when, come to Saturday, but still, that's 25. You had 10, so yeah, it's just it's. I don't know how to accept it to be the norm, but We've got to somehow learn to, eh? I'm not used to this, man.
I guess what pisses me off is that with this COVID, and I don't want to get too political about it, but it's like they're moving the goalpost whenever they feel like it, you know. And just in general, like we know that COVID's going to be around forever, and the government's goal is to get every New Zealander vaccinated. But in saying that, like, we still have to wear a mask even though you're vaccinated. And then you go into an area where, let's say, everyone's vaccinated. So who are we protecting? Ourselves from? Are we protecting the vaccinated from the vaccinated? So this all plays in my mind every time I go. And then yes, so it just pisses me off that everything's getting changed when it suits people. But we just got comments from the chat. From Swanky, thoughts on the no jab, no job mandate?
That's bull, bro. That's where's your right say? Like, that's I've always been an anti-vaxxer, even though I'm fully vaxxed, you know, got double shots. I did it for the missus, she wanted me to do it. But I've always been I mean, it's not so much the vaccine, it's the whole control thing, you know, the whole you got to do this when you don't got to do nothing, mate, to be honest. You know? It's one of those things where it's like, oh no, I don't have to do that. I mean, what are you gonna do? Lock me in jail, type of thing? You know? Is it? Am I doing something wrong now? Is it? If I don't get it, you're making people feel a type of way. But Swanky. But yeah, for me, it's like it's the whole. I mean, they're getting to that point now. Like really, like you're gonna lose your job because you're not vaccinated, and it's like, you know, it's. Well, how long have we been alive? And we haven't, you know, we didn't need this type of ruling, you know, just to work somewhere. And all of a sudden, it's turning into that. I'm not saying it's here now, but it's getting there. And I'll tell you that there's no doubt it's going to get there. Yeah, I don't want to get political, but yeah, it sucks, bro. It's just my thoughts on the mandate for your work is everybody is allowed to be themselves, man. Have their own choice, have their own, you know. You get it, you die. That's your problem.
It's just basically they're squeezing everything around you in order for you to get that vaccination. And we spoke about this in episodes before, and I got the vaccination, you know, to protect my family and everything. But I'm not a pro. I'm not for or anti. I just feel like people should have their own say, and what they sorry, not pro. People should have their own say in what they want to put in their body, but let alone like having these higher powers try and push you, because at the end of the day, you're not going to have any money if you're not going to supply, provide for your kids. Yeah, if you have run your own business. If you run and like Muffy's going to do, you run your own and make money in your sleep. Yeah, I think there's probably a limited amount of people that do this, but the old 9 to 5 working guys like us, it's out of our control. We need to go and get double vaxxed. But then there's another side of that too, and I see a lot of the anti-vax in my newsfeed, and that blows my mind too, about people like wanting to. I guess they're just trying to make a stand, and good on you, but bro, it blows up my newsfeed all the time.
Right,
all the time.
It's one of those things as well, is like, I mean, we've spoken about it. You just touched on that too, Terry, about us, why we got vexed and whatnot. But you're right. It does come down to, the company you work for or the organization that you work for. and that they've taken the mandate on board. And I guess it's up to you whether you have that choice of either it being mandated and you having to step down or lose your job, which means that there's no income in that for you. And then, then there's those anti-vaxxers that, drop into the DMs and start doing all this, saying all this other stuff. For me, bro, I got double vaxxed. There's a reason why I got double vaxxed, and obviously the organization, they mandated that as well. But I was going to do it anyway. But I guess, there's always others that have their own take on that as well. But I guess being one of the managers as well, that's kind of something that you got to talk to your staff members about. And the good thing is that I had good relationships with my staff members. So those were just the conversation. It wasn't a, hey, you guys know what's up. It was just a conversation just to see where they were at. And they were all kind of on board for that. So, yeah.
Sorry, this is just a comment from Marty. Shout out to Marty for coming through. My cousin got married today. Watched through a Zoom link, and one of the guys in the line is unvaxxed, so he had to go around asking for someone's vaccine pass because the venue owners didn't allow unvaxxed attendees. This vaccine pass, eh?
What is it? Do you actually get like a certificate, or is it like?
So yeah, like a passport.
Is it a qualification now or something?
it's like a scanning code.
Yeah. Apple Pay, how you can use it on your phone and easily access it on your phone. You can pay for whatever. Basically, it's like that. So you double tap and your pass will come up.
Shit, I must have got an email.
Basically like another card. You just got to go online and apply for it. Send all your information.
Crazy.
But that's, and see that this is the same problem. Because let's put ourselves in the owner's foot, in the owner's shoes. Sorry, he's being pushed from the higher uppers to only allow vaxxed people there.
To enforce is the word.
Yeah, man. So that's fuck. It's
bullshit.
But how do you? I don't know. I don't have the vaccine pass yet. I applied for it, and just going off what Marty said about he went around asking for the vaccine pass. How do you know? Do you check the ID with the pass? Oh, so you could screenshot someone else's one, right? Go around and not be unvaxxed.
So apparently that's well. I mean, I've heard people say that that's what they'll be doing. That they could ask for extra ID.
Damn, so it's probably like another ID card almost that it's
license,
end up being, hey. Yeah, it'll be like, bro, it's like show me your license and your vaccine card. Like, what the fuck, bro? It's like,
but gone all the times too was. Remember, you just turn up to a club and you with a beard and a mustache, and you're already and you're only 14. You just go wearing a leather jacket and you get in. Yeah.
They'll probably start endorsing you on our licenses, like your vaccine, Shit.
Yeah, hard.
Swanky has a comment. I registered for the Rainbow's End work due, but I can't go because I'm not vaccinated. That's another thing. See, and in this case, Swanky can get your vaccination.
Can't go on our cool ass log proof now also. Oh no.
The merry-go-round, I'll hold it out. I'll hold it down for us. But now, see, that's like I knew. For me, I think I knew before when Jacinda came out and said, she's not going to force, or not on exactly how I say it. Not going to force people to get vaccinations. And now you see the way everything around us is just changing. If we don't change with it, we're going to be left behind. And when you get left behind, who suffers? Yourself and everyone you provide for. So in this case, you know, Swanky, has kids, and it's a work due that you're meant to be going to because, you've been working for this company, and now the company has said no. And do you want to name the company? Want to put them on blast?
I'll put them on blast, bloody company.
Let's go. But sorry guys, we'll just go through all these.
I think you gotta remember. I think you gotta remember, hey, like the government is that smart that they won't say you can't do this unless you get vaxxed, but they will start taking things away or change things to make it happen. It's like the whole mandate thing. It's like, oh, we've been asking everybody nicely to get vaxxed. Nobody's getting vaxxed, so now we're gonna open up these pop-up vaccine places, and we'll throw money in it, and then we'll get the islanders to come in and get free gas vouchers and stuff. And if that's not going to work, then they're going to go to work, and then where they actually work, and make them, hey, look, you guys have to get vaccinated, or else we're going to close the shop down, type of thing, So there's always ways that they will go around it without saying the exact words, which are like, if you're not vaccinated, you can't, get out, or whatever it is. So I think, you just, like Terry said, you got to go with the flow, or else you get kind of left behind. But it's still not right to say that you got to do it, or else you can't have this, can't have that, when it's not law. Hey, so everything should be by choice, man, regardless of it just being a vaccination or not. Because shit, it's just a jab. Like, I'm still an anti-vaxxer, even though I'm fully vaxxed. Damn you!
They know to vax. They know to vax. I'm fully vaxxed.
Fucking hell, man! Trick me. Free gas. Shopping.
But see, and that's the way. And I'm not even like, I voted for Labour, but that's another story. But they're quite clever in marketing the vaccine, especially in these low economical areas. They throw out like vouchers, and like you said, vouchers, KFC. Bro, who isn't gonna go to one of those knowing that you're gonna get a $60 voucher and maybe $50 KFC vouchers as well? So
dude, I cleaned up. I cleaned up on my first shot. I'll shit you not. I got what was it, 150 countdown vouchers. I think I got like a $50 petrol voucher. They gave like free sausage sizzle, chippies, like bags of chips. Bro, they had a DJ playing. Like this is like a pop-up, bro. This is like the ultimate bribe to come and get your jab, bro. And you'd never see this in those other areas, bro. Never, It's just, and you sit back and it's sad because you're just watching it happen, eh? And like, man, what do you do? Feed the fucking homeless instead of doing that shit, man. Damn it.
Right. That's the funniest thing too, is because I had a mate that was I'm not gonna drop any names, but he was like kind of anti-vax as well. And then obviously, thought about it. We had a conversation, and I was like, hey, how come you're not, because I wanted to know, like, why aren't you getting the vax? I was curious. He was like, oh, not enough research and all this sort of stuff. And I was like, oh, is there any research in the synthetics? And then we were just having this full-on conversation. Anyway, he went and got vaxxed. And then he goes, did you know that certain areas were doing like the vouchers and all that? He goes, oh, is there research, like what will happen to me if I go get 6 jabs? The man doesn't want to go to work. He just wants to go get the vaccines.
Think about all the amount of money they're throwing into it, man. It's just crazy. And it's just, a bribe, basically, eh?
Well, that's it. To get to focus on our areas, especially South Auckland and some parts of West Auckland, bro. You have to in order to get people to go is to throw money, or in this case, throw food, the the necessities that we need. Bro, of course I'm gonna go get these, but I missed out because I just went into
You went in early.
and then I was every time
Put your
Muffy
hand up
went in,
there,
how much did you get?
Get the vaccine.
Every time Muffy went and he on his stories, and I saw, was bro, did you get your vouchers? And he goes, yeah, I also. Fucking hell. Even my doctors didn't even offer me a voucher.
I mean, to be honest, my missus dragged me there, so like I had no choice but to get it, like for the missus, but still, it was like I wasn't gonna go get it for free, bro. If you're gonna force me to get it, we're gonna go somewhere and get something out of it, like
Pay me.
You never know. Just never know. I'll die for that $150 with the vaccine.
Bro, exactly what Swanky said, bro. The thing for me is the same energy. Ain't shown over. Yeah. I think over the shore. I don't know what's happening on that side, but man.
They probably got a first
same energy.
He's probably went to the same place straight away. They're a keen ass for it straight away. You won't get it straight away. They're gonna tell
keen ass, bro. And it was like just seeing it on TV compared to when I went in. Bro, the lines were long. Like just seeing people line up for it. But when I went in, like it's plastered everywhere. Like all the shops had it and just said, hey, book in here, walk in, walk out. So, and that's basically what happened. Walk in, walk out. And then as soon as getting the jab, all these kind of feelings like that was going through my head, and similar to what Wells was saying, like what's in synthetics, what's in the weed you smoke, what's in the alcohol you drink, or you're mixing, like all those sort of like, fuck, I should just shut up and stop being. I should just go and just take the jab, bro. Stop fucking thinking about that sort of stuff. Well, Swanky's going handy.
He's been doing his research.
He's trying to catch us out, eh?
Dr. Swanky.
Yeah, jump on there. Manukau was the first city in Auckland to reach, 90%. And I've been seeing that too. But it goes by the DHB, right? Your district health board. That's how they're measuring it. So you'll be in the... Oh, sorry, I'm in the central, is it? Central? So Auckland, DHB?
Yeah.
You're one of the show guys.
Nah, bro.
You're the
and I think
one.
we're about third or something, right? Third. But you're in the counties also. Counties are the highest, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh.
Lucky you're doing your research.
Oh, there it is.
I'm just throwing out these random stats.
Oh, Swanky.
Swanky's also said, I think I've mentioned it to her, in a health service funded by the council.
Yeah, I've seen that. Very sad.
Oh, I did see that. I did see that. I saw that on somebody's story, where they said that they were asked, to buy their merch, and they said no, and they had valid reasons for that as well.
He's an anti-vaxxer, that dude.
Bro, he's.
I know really well. Yeah. He's an anti-vaxxer. And so he wouldn't fall. I mean, there's a lot of money for your, small business to make 10, 20K, but to really believe.
But it's not about the money, eh?
Yeah. Turn around.
He's just making a point. It's not about the money.
Yep.
And shout out to 275 Barbershop Fits. Man, the man always standing for something anyway.
Yo.
It's always good to never fold.
Never fold.
And they're quick to point the fingers ourselves. Yeah, fuck, hard. And call people monkeys and shit when it'll break out.
Swanky, man, where you at, man? Come out of the hole.
We need this. We need the same energy on screen, bro.
Live.
I can't read, man. I can't read.
Come drop your gems on the camera. Was all.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna get my job in the middle. Oh, Jack. In the middle.
You might turn scribbles off.
What kind of? It's not the right jab, eh? The whole night long jab, eh? But no, it is crazy times. Like Marty was saying, crazy times. But how do we get through this? Government saying get vaccinated. So, all of us are vaccinated, and we're not trying to preach go out there and get vaccinated, but we also support like the brother Fitz who's been against it from the beginning. So we're not trying to post up everything as well. We're just trying to talk about the effects of what's happening around COVID, and some of it's just been in regards to funerals, because that's the heartbreaking part, because I saw that post that Will's chucked up, sitting from home, video recording the loss or the burial of the funeral of Nana, and man, it's crazy times, bro. Crazy. I don't wish this upon anyone, not to see their loved ones. And poly Māori, just in general, Pacific Islanders, these funerals are just a celebration of life, and you have millions of people attend it. But to cap that, it's not right. It's not right.
Yeah, and that's it as well. It's like you see it on other people's stories, and you feel for it, you feel for them.
Big time,
but as soon as it's close to home, bro, it's another level. I tell you, I mean, it's been a month, and it still seems like it was last week. But you, regardless of the restrictions, that person's in a dancing and the gates of heaven. But just that whole COVID thing has kind of put a dampener on everything else.
Did you at the time, Moose? Did you at the time? You said you were feeling, these mixed emotions. For me, just knowing that I lost a friend and a close family member, automatically I'm thinking, can I go, or can I see this? But yet, you should have the right to go and see someone off. Doesn't matter whether you've seen a friend fly overseas, and that's probably on a lower scale, but on a higher scale, a funeral itself. And we played a video a while back in one of our other episodes, and it was so sad to see that the funeral, the hearse just driving through the gate, and then the gate closing off family members, and the family member was just outside the gate, just crying. And so it's what I mean by crazy times is that you now have to be eligible to go and do that. So, like, now you have a vaccine pass. You have to be eligible to go inside. Are you vaccinated? Show me your vaccine pass. If someone dies, you now have to, am I close enough to see this person off? No. Now I have to just watch it from the TV. So what I mean, what's the question I'm trying to ask you was, Will, sorry, did you were you pissed off that at the same time that not only did you lose someone close, but this whole bloody hell, you can't do it, basically thrown in your face?
I don't know if the word pissed off is one that I would use, but bro, honestly, it was, I guess there was a lot of mixed emotions. And what I reflected on like a month later is that people that are either capping it or saying that we couldn't, or a certain amount of family members couldn't go, they're just doing their job. But all the anger is going to go to them, their business, and what they stand for. However, it's not them. So I kind of reflected on that, but bro, I don't even know, bro. I don't even have an answer for that. Like who can you be pissed off at? Can you be pissed off at yourself for not visiting every day, and not having those last moments with your grandma? Can you be pissed off at, having 200 cousins and they got to see her more than you? Can you be pissed off at, like restrictions, everything? I guess I'm in a place now where, like, as long as I know that she's in a good place and that, I have had my moments with her, I can't be pissed off at anything. If that answers that, us.
That's one way to look at it, and well, that's the same going as like if you were to lose your parents. You're like, yeah, you'll cry, but are you crying because you didn't do enough when they was alive, or are you crying because you really missed them, like type of thing. So, yeah, I know what you mean, though, bro.
Yeah, I get you, and I think if you put into that kind of perspective, and let's say, like I lose someone, like a sibling, I'll probably be pissed off at myself rather than the government that I didn't get to see my brother or my sister enough times. And is enough? It's probably not going to be, because enough's probably going to be you might as well live with them, right? So yeah, you break it down to those finer details. That's it's probably not going to be nice. No, you're going to find someone to blame, and in this case, you're just going to blame people that's putting on these restrictions, not the people like at these at the burial sites, not the funeral homes. It's just trying to, keeping that same energy. And
that's all it is, though, is in moments of grief or all this sort of stuff. You tend to always lean towards someone to blame or something to blame. Like it's one of those things. It's a natural human thing to look for somebody to take it out on.
Mm.
But ideally, reflect on what it is and where this person is, and if you think that they're in a better place, then you should be content with that. I mean that's in my own opinion. You can never be content with having a loved one pass, but like over time you have to find somehow.
It's one of those easy to say, hard to do things, eh? Well,
100%, 100%, man. Like I still got a lot of family that are still. I mean, we're all grieving. Everyone grieves in their own way. Some people it's a week. Some people it's years, and it's understanding that process, that the grieving process isn't. The healing isn't quick. It's a marathon.
UFA right here, right now. Shout out to you in the chat. Other people who have been through the same experiences as well have described this feeling as helplessness. Yeah, bro, exactly that. You can't do anything. Shout out to the sis in the chat as well. Now I'll be pissed off at the government because the whole vaccine restriction thing is wrong, and that's I think that's where I was. That's where I was on this. It's the uncertainty around whether they're going to keep that same energy, which I don't think so. Right? Like, because they've been changing everything from this red light, whatever restriction things that's going on, and to be honest, man, like it's not until you lose someone that you start watching the news. Like I haven't been. I just hear it from people, and it's not because I hate everything that's coming on. It's just because in some ways, these news outlets have their own agenda, and whether it's right or wrong, you kind of have to do the research. And for me, I'm a lazy bastard. I won't go and look. I'll just fucking go off the flow, and that's probably not the type of people this world needs. Just going with the flow.
Yeah, I guess that's also too, like, you've got, social media as well. Every angle is someone has something to say, and you kind of lean towards either, the left wing or the right wing, or and then that's in itself is going to blow your mind, because you start thinking, oh yeah, I can understand that. Oh yeah, I can understand this. But at the same time, it's like, if you don't understand, then, and you haven't done your own research, then you're going to be running around like a headless chicken trying to figure that out.
Yeah. So you kind of have to choose a side. I've chosen mine, but I'm not going around like running headless. But yeah, you have to choose a side, and you have to kind of stand for it. And in some ways, the stand for me is to, provide for my kids. There's no other kind of way I'm going to do that. I'm not looking to do something else at the moment. But yeah, you kind of have to make that stand, Ales. And shout out to Tino, bro. This is a good comment. Other people's voices being heard is the question. With all the protest and all the restrictions, are they just swept under the rug and continue on with the government think is right? So many questions, yet so little answers to it. Yeah.
And that's a question that we'll probably never ever get. An answer we will never ever get. With all the protests, with everything going to the government. I don't know. I'm sure people have been asking for those answers, and they probably haven't got it.
I think it's just a politician thing, mate. There'll always be liars. They'll always, go back on what they say. They'll never do what they say, or it's just the way it is,
Do as I say, not as I do.
Well, I mean, you'd think like they'd say, "Oh, if you guys could all get 90% get vaxxed by, December the 1st, then we can have Christmas at level 1." Like, promise something, like not even that, bro. They couldn't do. It's because they know that they can't stick to what they say, and that's just always how governments have been, mate. They've always been just, whatever, then do what they want once they get elected in. So it is what it is.
Promises, just to move on to another comment that Swanky put on earlier. I'll try and bring it up, but it was in regards to, and I'm not too sure if you guys are keen rugby players, but where is it? It was about the rugby eligibility. It's a big win for Pacific Island communities, as well as the boards like Samoa, Tonga, Fiji. So in the past, this is just a little rundown, and we're not going to speak too much about it because I know the boys don't really care, but I do. It's just about in the past, if you get selected for, let's say, All Blacks, Australia, all these tier 1 nations, you are not allowed to play for your birth country. Let's say you're born in Samoa or Tonga. You get selected for the All Blacks, you're not allowed to play for them if you're being selected for the All Blacks. And that's been the rule way before my time. Up until I think today, they've changed it. I think the rule is you can play for one of your birth countries or birth rights. So in this case, for the brothers, let's say you made the All Blacks, you can play for Samoa. So that opens up and pushes our Pacific people, because the likes of people that just only played once for the All Blacks, And I'm not saying that the All Blacks were doing this, just selecting them because they won't play for Samoa or Tonga or Fiji, but that in the past they've selected a player and only played once, and not get the right to play for their, I guess, tier 2 nation. So the likes of Nani Lomapi, Luatua, all these great rugby players that have not played for the All Blacks because they've moved overseas to, make better money. Now they get a chance to just go back home and help their country or help their island. That's a win. And in my books, it's a win for Pacific Island rugby. But if you guys don't have anything to say about it, we'll move on to something else. I think the rugby will.
Well,
crack off.
Well,
let's go back to COVID.
When I played for the All Blacks,
they didn't let me play for my birth country. Huh?
So World Rugby, thank you, but it's been a long time. Community has been like real big advocates for. I think it was Pacific Health, Pacific something. Anyway, they've been pushing this movement for forever and ever, and bro, for them to come take a vote on it, to actually go to like the board and say let's take a vote, bro. I think it was unanimous that it went through. Good for us. So we're gonna see more talented Islanders that made the All Blacks go back home when they get dropped from the All Blacks or for the ABs. I don't know the finer details, but I know that main rule is that you can go back to play. So sorry All Blacks, I'm gonna go back and play for Namibia. I think the Rugby World
You
Union.
can get play for Charlotte Hornets now.
England. Yeah, that's the one. Dan Leo spoke on Italy having 6 votes over Fiji. Oh shit, true. Shoutouts. But anyway, because you guys don't want to talk about it, I think I still look like good after a few drinks. I'm a good rugby player.
I was just gonna talk on it once it's been officially signed and documented.
Yeah. But brothers, we'll come to that time of the show where we share a positive and also a negative, if you have a negative on you that you want to share and how you got through it. As always, I don't want to go first because the gems always comes from Wills. So Wills, start us off, brother. Start us off.
Let us feed off your mind, was all. Yeah, I guess the positive is understand where your mindset is, and understanding that a few days off or resetting that mindset that or the state that you're in right there and then is a good thing in the long run. As I mentioned, that was pretty much me. Know your reset, so you don't end up throwing hands. Good call, Hugo, good call.
Nice. Over to you.
I'll probably just leave a bit of advice, I guess. I had earlier on, like I said, I came on a bit late, so I had a chat with my man Tino here. I guess we spoke a little bit on how much time he hasn't taken off from work since he started working. It's cool to have backlogged, heaps of leave and all that, so you can have it later on. But what is it doing to your mental and your physical if you're not taking that time to rest and reset and just step away from work for a week or two. Yes, it's good to backlog to have all that leave for emergencies and stuff, but you take a rest. I'm basically trying to say is, take that leave. Enjoy some time at home with your family. Enjoy some time at home with yourself as well, because me time is good time too. So that's a lot of us are workaholics. Before you realize you've worked, most of the year and haven't given yourself enough time as well. So have a look at what your leave is. If it's nice and healthy, take a few days off for yourself, or plan something or do something. But yeah, just advice I'll probably be leaving with tonight is, if you're one of those workaholics like most of us are, have a look. It's all part of that reset. So
nice.
That's a really good one, man. I'm passing it over to Swanky, which is in the chat. Here's his I guess an advice. Masculinity itself is not toxic. However, a man can become toxic if he allows the humanity to be defined by masculinity. Hopefully, I've put it in the same kind of tone as they also would have done. It would have been good to have him on here and share, because I would have asked him the same question. What do you mean?
Explain, please.
Because I want to know. And he also says, I love you, Oos. Love you, boys.
So those all.
Good chat today, fellas. Hey, shout out, Oos, to the UFA right here, right now.
from the UFA?
I actually thought it was UFC too. I was like, UFA. But I guess, and if you have a share, chat, if you have something you want to share with us, or throw it out there too. So it's not only just us sharing advice or positive or something negative that you've gotten over. You can also join in via chat. I'll quickly go through Tino's one. Needed that downtime and link up with those, to just chill and talk about life and what's been happening. Yeah, bro. Basically that, you just catch up with the also, and
Appreciate you,
sometimes
appreciate it.
like your fantasies. You want to come sit on my lap? Bro, this is getting
He's the
getting out of hand at the end there, mate. Do you know who that is, Wills?
Is it? I think so.
Name and shame.
Is it Mr. Run? Is it Mr. Ranui?
Oh, this guy's the man. We should get him on one time. This guy's full of knowledge, eh? Fuck, he's the man. Mr. Ranui, Mr. 135, back of the 135, holding it down. But something from me was something. It's along the same lines as Muffy, and it kind of clicked when he said it. Was the old man? He worked his ass off when I was in my younger days, because he couldn't take those times off. He couldn't afford to, and he had all the leave in the world, but the man just didn't want to take time away. When it came to like sporting events, he'd rather work, because who's going to put the food on the table? So in saying that, for me, I now have a different mindset. Yes, I can put food on the table, but I need time for myself too. Exactly what Muffy said, and what Wills has preached at the beginning is he has 4 days off. I have a couple of days coming up, which is Saturday, Sunday, and if I'm going to be true to myself, I need to teach my kids to have a break too, because I need to take them away, spend time with them, and not take them away out of Auckland, but just take them to a place where they feel they can relax. And usually it's the park. usually just going out and getting themselves dirty or playing at the pond down the road. So that's something I want to take away from tonight is, if you can, take time off, take a mental day, and I guess I'm just repeating what Muffy said. Just take that time off and spend time with loved ones, man, because we're not don't want to be in that boat where we said we shoulda, coulda, woulda, and cry about it and make excuses. So yeah, thank you, brothers, for tonight. It's been a long time coming, especially for seeing those Smuffy. I know we catch up in the chat, but seeing each other on the screen and sharing our life, basically our life unfolding in front of us.
You know what I'm saying?
We got the home jerseys, but Wills doesn't want to share his one tonight because he's I don't know who he's.
I must be the security on the show.
He's playing for other teams. He's on Jacinda Ardern's team.
Oh, is he on? Is he the ref tonight?
Is their team labor? Let's go.
I'm the ref tonight for these guys.
Sorry, just quickly from UFA. In all seriousness, I really enjoyed this party tonight. You guys keep getting better every time, and it's good to see. Keep up. Yeah, shout out to Mr. Kalava. So we found him out, Mr. Kalava. Thank you for jumping on, Rules. But would rather have you here on the screen. So next week. And also shout out to the chat for coming through tonight, man. You guys have been amazing. Anyway, before we move on and say bye, I gotta get this bloody outro sorted. Also, guys, sorry, before we get in trouble, shout out to our sponsor, at Mask Familiar. So thank you at Mask Familiar for always having our back, always behind us, and always that's our kind of go-to for advice in life, and especially with the podcast itself. So he's been pushing us. He's been there's no amount of words that I could say that'll describe our sponsor, who's been amazing. So shout out to at Mask Familiar. Not too sure where how far they are with not sure how far they are away from whether they're going to come back and actually do masks, but just the mandate itself has forced them to rethink the business. So we still got their backs as well as they have ours. So thank you, Lance and the team. Thank you. I'm Teza.
Hi, Teza. Love you so.
Wills.
And we're For the Boys podcast. Catch you later.